All right, so we're back with our overall review of the album. We're gonna do a little quick synopsis of the whole.
Nice,
You
nice.
like that?
Yeah. Breaking out the SAT words. Synopsis, though.
Hey,
Synopsis
we're
is
from
the
Long Island. All right, it's a synopsis.
coffee. We're reviewing Garth Brooks' "Rope in the Wind."
Yes, so we're gonna do a little quick conversation
We
about
did
the
a
whole
live
thing.
we did a live reaction to each track. If you guys caught that, you can literally go through each track with us, along with us. The first time I listened to 90% of those songs
Yeah,
was is going to be on
what
YouTube.
you guys are gonna see. So now we're just gonna do we're gonna place this in our list of the top 10 of the albums we're doing, and kind of just
That
do
we've
a
done so
brief
far.
that we've done so far, and kind of do a quick review. You know, um,
This album falls at the number 6 spot on the Billboard Top 10 of all time.
the difference for me on this album and the other ones that I really do like is it's not a full album of songs that I think are great.
Right.
Which most people that release albums don't have, 12 great songs. You usually have 3 or 4 good hits,
Yeah.
and that's it. And this album had Rodeo, Shameless, The River. Those were the 3 biggies.
Right.
Mama and Papa Dance. That song was,
Yeah. That was,
probably pretty popular.
it was fun.
And Lonesome Dove, was, you said was one of your favorites.
Surprisingly, really nice song.
But do you think it, if you had to put a top 10,
No, my personal top 10. This
or
would,
just even just other people's opinions, like worldwide, like do you
I
think?
I can see why it is where it
Yeah,
is.
I see. I don't see it, even though I like it more than you do.
Right.
I mean,
ha-
definitely above like Dr. Zhivago and Nickelback.
Right. I like those are baffling to me. This
Yeah.
one at least
Yeah.
isn't baffling. Like
I understand because it's country music, and that's most of our country listens to country music.
right.
So it makes sense to me.
And I mean, he is the pioneer, I guess you would say, of modern country music.
He was the bridge of classical country music and traditional country music and pop
And
music,
pop.
pop country.
Right.
That definitely brought it together. There were other ones involved too, but he was probably the big one. So
Yeah, I mean, I get why it's on this list, but I also understand this. This is the album that helps me really truly realize that the Billboard Top 100 it kind of doesn't mean shit.
yeah, album sales, I guess, really don't mean that much. I mean, obviously they do, for their pockets.
Yeah,
You know.
right. I mean,
But
if you're gonna be a successful musician, you gotta put out albums that sell.
right, but you can have, 2 or 3 good songs on an album, and that when albums mattered, when full albums
Mhm.
mattered, people actually bought a full album. You could have 2 or 3 good songs, and people bought the full album.
Right.
You know.
And then that I feel like that bolstered up, like lifted up your kind of filler songs.
Yeah, definitely.
So another thing I was trying to think about when I was listening to this was that I feel like this one didn't have as much of a cohesive story as the albums that we had listened to.
Flow, yeah,
that we had listened to
yeah.
prior.
That's true.
Which was interesting to me because I figured someone like Garth Brooks, that, like we had said in the reviews of the individual tracks, he's a storyteller. When he's at his best when he's telling a story in a song.
Definitely. And I saw it in the beginning, and I was shocked that this was the album that was on the list and not another album.
Right.
But I may be confusing a greatest hits album of his that I may have listened to in the 90s.
And see, that's the other thing. If the Billboard Top 100 meant anything, it would be all greatest hits albums. You would think, because
Do you think more people buy the greatest hits
I mean,
albums?
if you look at it between the way
But
albums used to work and the way they do now, you would think that.
But you would already have, most people already have the songs on the album, so you wouldn't
right.
buy the greatest hits again.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you already have all the CDs,
That's true. Yeah.
Because you would
I
say
hadn't thought about it
like
that
the
way.
Beatles number 1, the album
Right.
number ones. It's like an album of like 20 songs that all hit
Mhm.
number one. Great songs.
If you look at the way they do things now, I'm particular to Apple Music,
Yeah.
and where they have the Apple Essentials, which is just it's a greatest hits, but they add to it.
Mhm.
If they come out with another song that is warrants, you know, greatest hit status, they immediately put it on that list.
Okay. I mean,
So
I personally haven't contributed to an album or a song purchase since Chinese Democracy. So
Wow.
that is
That was a while ago.
the last CD I
I
bought.
was still in college with that one.
So, I mean, I definitely use free music to my advantage. As far as like I pay for Pandora.
Yeah.
I pay for it.
Well, that's that's
Yeah.
what Apple Music. It's
Yeah.
a paid subscription now
Yeah.
that you can do, which I appreciate way more than back in the day pirating the music and getting in trouble and all that stuff.
I mean,
Cease and
but I still
desists and-
have so much of the music. You as a
Yeah.
former DJ, I mean, I'm sure you have. I have terabytes of.
I mean, but that
music.
is being a DJ was what actually led me to buying my music.
Sure, yeah, you had to have it. Yeah, you had to.
Once I got that first letter from my cable provider, they were like, "What
Yeah.
are you doing here?"
Yeah.
That scared the crap out of me. So
We're getting a little off subject here, I think. But so this album, why don't you put it in your on your list?
So my current list goes Nickelback, Dr. Zhivago, Carole King, and Alanis. This one is going to go. It's definitely not. It's going to go right above. It's going to go right in between Dr. Zhivago and
Tapestry?
And Tapestry.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Except I don't know how you have Nickelback below Dr. Zhivago.
Because I can listen. I told you the reason. I can listen to classical music anytime.
Yeah,
Like seriously, if you gave me
a choice like to sit in a room.
and listen to like Mozart and Beethoven and all that stuff,
Right.
or a Nickelback album, I'm gonna choose.
So if you were in the armed forces and you got captured, and they had to torture you, it would be
No, I mean
Nickelback would do it for you.
it wouldn't.
You give up all your secrets.
Just go. I mean, there are albums that I think are worse than that, and
Right.
there are definitely particular things that you could play that I despise more than
Right.
Nickelback, but not a lot, not a ton.
I think this was a good album though. I mean
Overall, I was surprised. It may have seemed like I didn't enjoy it that
Yeah,
much
yeah.
when you listen through.
well again that's the whole thing. They can't all be number ones.
Right.
It's a full album of songs. A lot of them are just fillers,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 3 or 4 really good songs, and that's a lot
Yeah.
for one album.
Overall,
You know,
I enjoyed the 3 songs that I enjoyed. And,
you enjoyed 4,
well, I don't include Shameless.
but you said it was better than the original.
It was.
So you
But
have
it was
to
a cover.
include it. In that theory, every song he does is a cover. He doesn't write
It's
his own
not,
music.
though. It's not because
Somebody else writes the music.
somebody
produces
writes it for him, but he's the one that sang it first.
Yeah, but they put it. They give him. They have the whole song put together for him, and
Yeah.
it goes into the studio and like, okay, do it. That's why we should react to his solo. I call it his solo album. Which
Uh-huh.
I think it was Chris Gaines. He called himself,
Oh,
and it's all his music. It's all him by himself.
and was it good?
I never listened to it.
Oh, we should listen
because
to it.
I found out that he didn't write his own music, it took me away from him because I liked him for that. Not from this album, from other albums I've listened to. I really enjoyed his lyrics, and it kind of pissed me off when I found out he didn't write his own lyrics.
Yeah.
So
That's bothersome.
and
but-
it was around the same time that his solo project came out,
Mhm.
and I never listened to it. So maybe we should check that out.
Yeah, that would be a fun thing
That'd
to
be
do.
a fun thing to do. So, all right. So this was our reaction and review of Garth Brooks.
Rope in the Wind.
Rope in the Wind. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So you guys can like, subscribe, comment, and
Share.
then we will know what you guys think, and we can progress and move forward from there.
Yeah, if you like this new the new way, the new format of
Yeah.
doing the live reaction, I think for the foreseeable future will continue this way.
Yeah, I think so. Even if it's albums that we know.
Right.
But right
like-
after this, you're
like
going
the
to hear
next
us.
one's going to be.
We're going to figure out what song from this album we're going to play. I think we had our.
We had what we thought we were going to do.
We thought we knew what we thought, but we don't know what we think when we think.
Sometimes we don't think the things that we thought we think.
Right, I think so. So, yeah, we're gonna right after this. You'll see a little clip of us playing some music,
Or maybe before this.
or maybe
we don't know where we're going to put it.
Maybe in the middle. Maybe we'll break it up
Right during this sentence, we're going to just.
right now. And next week, what do we got?
Next week is 1984's "Born in the USA" by Bruce Springsteen.
And I don't want to say next week. Maybe we'll drop it some other time earlier.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll get it out there whenever we can.
So that one's going to be a good one.
Yeah, Bruce, the boss.
I'm kind of not hating the
I-
last half of this.
I'm interested in Bruce because I think I know what his songs are, but I'm sure there's quite a few that I don't know.
Well, we definitely know what one of them is.
I'm pretty sure.
It's the title of the album. There's also a title of the song. That's on
Yes.
the album.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. And thanks for
I'm Dave. He's Greg.
yes, and we are More Wood Chronicles. And thanks for joining us, guys.
See you later.